last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the 50, it's Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Griffin. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. A first down carry now for Miller. Runs through the contact. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Well, that's just running the ball 101 because too much east-west, not enough north-south. Got to get upfield, don't you?
They just kept stringing him out before he knew it. He had hit the sideline. To throw on second is Watson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target. And that'll make it third down.
I think he's a little trigger-happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. The Texans on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is third down and 12.
Come back!
A shotgun snap for Watson. Hopkins on the grab over the middle.
Wrap up.
Still moving. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. A big gain of 31 on third down. The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. They go back to the ground now with Miller. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. Second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play. Holding him to no gain.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Olivier Vernon able to drop him for a loss of a couple. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long after that sack. What does Watson have in his arsenal? Out of the gun, Watson. The pressure gets to him again. Kerry Wynn. He's the one to get in this time, and back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And New York set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
They'll start the drive with a run by Stewart. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Clock rolling as the Giants will hurry to the line. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Set, move,
To throw on second down is Darnold. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be down deep in Houston territory. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. First trip to the red zone for the Giants. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Darnold from the red zone now. He hits his target, the tight end Adams. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Watch it now, Barney. Leopard. Leopard.
Now it's Darnold. It's caught by Bryant. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 39. And Rosas puts this one through. So if you like field goals, this is your game. 6-3, 3 field goals at the break. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Rosas now to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Second half begins with a run from Miller. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Olivier Vernon brings him down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Here's Watson now on second down. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Watson, flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go. He's got a man, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 36 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 34.
Black 99 Philly.
Watson going to give this one to Miller. And a short gain down to about the 33. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Two jet.
Off of play action, it's Watson rolling to his right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And the lead will increase to 6 now. It's 9-3. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick. Right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the 3rd quarter. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Give him 30 yards there.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A first down throw, Darnold. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. On 2nd down, they run with Stewart. Call it about a game. Of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Leopard!
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for New York. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
Now whistles here and a flag down. I think a Giant jumped early. Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for New York. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Tenth carry now for Lamar Miller. And he's got room. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Come back, come back.
On first down, it's Watson. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
4 down, 4 down.
On 2nd down, here's Watson setting up the screen for Miller. Gets past one man. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
The Texans on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Come back, come back. Down.
Now Watson from the gun, he'll throw. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now Saquon Barkley. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be Second and 6.
Run, run, run. Get him, boy. Get him, boy. Detroit! 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 Here we go.
Here's Darnold now on 2nd down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half. And I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Here we go. 319. 319.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. He's going to fire one deep. Middle of... Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A gain of 32 that time.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. First down, Darnold. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Jadeveon Clowney. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Giants with possession of the football but needing points as we start quarter number 4. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Play action. It's Darnold. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
The Giants on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 17. Third and long, it's Darnold. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. A first down carry for Barkley. Open space inside the 10. And finally down at the 9-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Well, those Giant fans, you know that they love seeing Saquon Barkley wearing their jersey, but it's interesting. He actually grew up a Jets fan.
Yeah, I wonder what his dad was thinking. What Big Al was thinking on draft night. Had to be so happy for his son. But they grew up watching Jets games. Just sit together, watch it. In fact, Dad has a Jets tattoo.
Yes.
Okay, so that tells you about how much he loves that team. You think Saquon's going to fix that and make it a Giants tattoo?
Yeah, wants to make that a Giants tattoo. That family, though, they fully converted. They're supporting the G-men. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And the penetration too strong. He won't make it back to the line of scrimmage.
I get the thought process. 3rd and short, give it to the fullback, let him bulldoze his way. But that means you're counting on your offensive line to win the line of scrimmage, aren't you?
Yeah, and there was just a mass of bodies there at the line. Looked like more defenders than... And he takes it into the end zone for a Giant TD. Saquon Barkley, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Giants are an extra point away from leading this game. A very important extra point there, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. Rosas now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Come back, come back.
Play action for Miller. Now Watson sliding out of the pocket. And some space here. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3.
Reset. Richmond.
Now it's Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Well, that'll get him the first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. Watson now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Watson hands this to Foreman. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Bashad Breeland, the one that got him down. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Giants. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. On 2nd down, Darnold. Incomplete.
I remember growing up playing basketball. My coaches always talked about communicating on defense, making sure you talk on defense, know where your screens are, know where the cuts are coming from, who has who. Well, guess what? It's the same thing in football. Even though there's more noise out there, you can hear all the screams of screen, screen. This defense, the bench, everyone let them know what the play was, and that's why they're able to react and knock the ball away.
Now Darnold, flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
Again, it's Barkley. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4.
Here we go now. Green, 39. Green, 39.
From From the gun on third down, here's Darnold. He hits Stewart in the flat. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll be fourth down. Here's Riley Dixon now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Here's Riley Dixon now, as he's on to punt for New York. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And now out comes Houston. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And space opens a bit as he gets it across the 15 to the 17-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Come back, come back.
Back to throw. Caught left side, Hopkins. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. Now a handoff to Miller. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
He finds some open field here. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down. Here's a give to Miller. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
The improvisation gets him only a couple, but that's all he needed. First down. First down now, but the clock continues to move.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Josh Morrow in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play.